Good evening. This is Jaime with Ready Front Direct Action Group. Tonight we're talking with an individual who has spent years on the streets of Tracy, and he's here to talk about some of his experience. And this is, of course, off the record. So tonight we have with us. I don't know. Are we going to say your real name today, or are you going to go with
Brian.
Mr. Black? Just kidding. So that's messed up, huh? So,
Not necessarily, but shit, I'm darker than you are.
well, you should see me in the summertime. Anyway, like I said, man, we'll go with
Tattoos are darker than me, maybe.
Yeah, true. We'll go with Brian. We'll call you Brian today.
Yes, sir.
So, Brian, we're just gonna get into it, man. I'm gonna go with I like to kind of do my questioning called the 5 W's. You know, the who, the what, the when, the where, and the why. So, who is Brian?
Brian is a person that wants to be better than the person I originally was. And that means just do more for the people that have not got a chance to experience the things that I've had to.
Mm-hmm.
So all I want to do is try to help them get past what they're going through or help them get over the obstacles they are seeing in life.
And it's interesting. So, are you over your own obstacles, or are you still learning at this time?
I'm not over my own obstacles. I'm still learning as well because I haven't gotten there to where I can say I've learned everything. So I want to just keep going. My obstacles, I think, could help other people with their obstacles.
Sort of like being the example, right? Like
you got to bump your head to grow up, right?
Straight up. Yeah.
Your mama tell you don't put your hand on the stove and you burn yourself and you still got to go to your room.
But I still did it.
I still did it after you told me not to.
Of course. Yeah, interesting. You know, we were talking earlier before we hit the record button here. You know, and I wish we could have got that on track here, but that's all right, man. So interesting. So who you are. You shared with me that you've been through a lot of different obstacles, right? Challenges in your life, starting from a young age.
Not fully. I had better situations, being that some people grew up without their parents, some people grew up with their parents, but they didn't have good parents. My parents weren't bad parents, but I did bump my head when my mom told me not to do something. I did something anyway, and I did it the opposite way. I had to find out the hard way. I think that's what all parents want for us. They want to tell us, "Hey, don't do this way." Because I went.
They don't want to see you hurt. They don't want to see you get hurt, right? Yeah.
And they already went through it too. You can only give advice to people that haven't went through what you went through yet, but you know it's coming for them.
Okay. Like a mind reader.
I would say so, but not really on the Miss Cleo status.
No. Well, interesting. I can relate to that because, I'm joking. Obviously when I say mind reader, but not really though, because like how I would read minds or how I would say I could tell the future, and I believe I can because I analyze historical data. So historically, I look at what has happened and the commonality of things that have happened. And I'm like, okay, so this is what kind of happens. This is what I can kind of anticipate. So let me go ahead and go left instead. If I go right, I know what's going to happen if I go right.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So like that's how I can tell the future, quote unquote. But it's just analyzing historical data, knowing where I'm at right now, and then anticipate what's going to happen next. Like I was telling you earlier, like the way the military training that I had, I feel like I'm in 3 places at once. I'm a little bit behind with the historical thing. I'm right now currently present in the moment and also anticipating the future. So it's a weird dynamic that my brain is at. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Kind of.
It's the same as, okay, we'll call it, you're still a young man too. And just where I'm at in my life, but you've seen it, we'll obviously call it year and a half ahead of me.
Yeah.
So, I mean, you've seen it and you would tell me about it just so I don't walk through that same puddle of water with and get wet shoes.
But doesn't that make you kind of want to experience it too in a way? Or in some strange way?
Not always. It's depending on the situation.
Okay.
If you told me I can win $1 million tomorrow, but I got to play these lotto numbers, I'd rather take that chance rather than you tell me, oh, well, you can go this way and be broke for the rest of your life. So here, I'm going to pick those lotto numbers you gave me rather than pick the wrong ones.
So it sounds like you have made some wrong decisions, right? That you learn from and that you would like to share so that others can learn from it and may not
have to deal with it.
Exactly. Like
not everybody can deal with it the same way I might have.
Like Jesus.
Didn't he say that? Didn't he
Well,
say that?
right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Like do that for you. You know.
Yeah, I have a grandmother that sat there and she knows the Bible by heart and
Mm.
will tell me, "Hey, every time I leave the house, walk with God or go with God."
What does that mean to you?
To me, that's like the way she told me. I can be walking down a beach and there's just me and there's him. We start out on this walk together. There's my footprints and his footprints.
Hmm.
But when I get tired, he's going to carry me. And when I wake up, I'll be like, I look back, I'm like, there was only like two footprints.
Hmm.
How did I get this far?
Carried. You believe that? You feel you in your heart?
I believe it's true because
Well, Grandma said it.
no,
Grandma said it's got to
well,
be true.
no, Grandma said it, but it's at a point in my life when I can't always go home and talk to my family because I mess up. I'm
Hmm.
a undisputed fuck up in my family.
Hmm.
But at least when they look at it, it's like, hey, okay, he tried or he did this.
Do they look at
He
it like that? Do they?
I don't believe they do. If they hear this conversation, I would believe they would understand
Hmm.
because we can have this conversation that I can't have with them. I get too involved in the conversation,
Mm.
or they want to push their point all the way on me.
Projection. Yeah, yeah. No,
Yeah.
I get. Oh man, believe me, I get that for sure. So it's interesting. Who, who are you? You know, you're giving me the sort of the pass. We're walking down the street, right? You're giving me sort of the narrative.
Okay.
Now, who are you? Who do you?
Want to be
Yes, not necessarily want to be, but who are you like
trying to become.
evolving, right? I guess that's a good word to use. Who are you? Yeah,
Okay.
who are you evolving into?
I would say my father before I listened to him.
Hmm. Explain that. What do you mean?
Like I said, I didn't always grow up with my dad being there. Why? Because my dad was the one that went to work. He was
Okay.
the one that made sure I had cleats. He was the one that made sure I had a glove. He was the one that made sure that, hey, you better get good grades or you better be the same way I am when you see me somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
But he'll see me differently. A good example is certain things that happened while me and you were together tonight.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, it's misunderstood good intentions. I
I used to
tried.
call it 0 to murder in 1 second. You know what I mean? Like I
And
go
at
from
certain time.
super cool to
But
yeah,
you're forced to react. Or
yes,
things happen that you just
but
have
I
to react
recognize
to.
it, and it takes practice.
But doesn't it take time to
Oh
recognize it?
shit, yeah,
Did you recognize it the first time you saw it,
no,
or was it the
no,
second time?
no. Well, it took me
Because
fucking up,
he tells me repetitive actions.
of course, and repetition equals recollection, right? So like,
Because
you
I
know what
want to
I'm
hear
saying?
this.
Yeah.
Because we call it muscle memory sometimes,
Thank you. Hmm.
and either your muscle, whether it's an emotional muscle, a reaction muscle of what you have going on in your
Behavioral
life,
patterns. Yeah.
yeah, behavior patterns too.
Hmm.
I don't know how to say it
No.
for everybody to understand it,
Yeah.
but that's what it is for us.
Hmm.
Each person is different. A muscle reaction is a boxer.
Hmm.
An emotional reaction is a person that was hurt.
Hmm.
Another reaction could be whatever they went through.
Hmm.
But I can't name everybody's
Of
situation.
course, but similar. I mean, it is similar. You know, like you said, the physical, you know, or mental. Like you, like someone, for example, if they were like say this traumatic event happened to me,
Hmm.
right? And so now you know your body has a certain reaction to that event, and just by thinking about it, your body will have like right now I can think of well, what time I was in war, where I got blown up, whatever. Like I can start thinking about that, I'll start sweating, right? Like thinking about it, I'll start having a physical reaction, but I'm self aware enough to know that I'm not being shot at right now. You know, like I get it.
You're home again.
Thank you. Yeah, well, I'm home finally. You know what I mean? In a
Yeah.
way,
I
that's
mean,
kind of how I look at it.
but no, home again because it's like you came home,
Yeah.
you survived,
Hmm.
but your home again was you coming home, you
Yes.
getting back to
Yes.
realizing, okay, this is what happened there. I'm home again,
Hmm.
and this is what it is.
Hmm. So are you home yet? Are you?
I'm trying to get home.
Are you? I believe that. I believe that. Just by you know, and we just met, you know, like a couple days ago, you know, in passing here and there, with the warming center that we're operating here in Tracy, California, and it's interesting because I kind of cued into you, like I felt something, I don't know what it was, you know, but I'm like, I want to know,
I want to
I want to
know
know this
more
guy.
about that guy.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, yeah, you stood out from the crowd to me, definitely as a, I want to say probably just as one who takes action. So like with myself, I can relate to that I think as a leader, right? So like you stood out as a leader to me, which is why I kind of I kind of cued into you, and a couple of the people there too. Like I said, we're gonna move on. This warming center is gonna be a launch pad to something else down the line, and I have plans for that. And you have fallen into the wherever my head is, to a couple of the gaps
certain
there.
things that
Of course,
we are all have the same
yeah,
accomplishments.
men of action. You know what I mean? And I
But
think that,
accomplishments, because at the same time, certain things that happen, I need you to keep it going,
of course,
and for you to keep it going,
we're all
and without you getting your hands dirty
yeah,
again after going to
yeah.
have to deal with what you did over there.
Mm-hmm.
Come on, man. Let us fight for you now.
Mm-hmm. And you're one who serves, obviously. I think that's the
I
connection
try.
too.
I
Yeah.
try.
No, you do. You do. What did Yoda say again? Yeah.
And I
So
can't wait to my man send this to my family
that's
because
cool.
we do Star Wars
Oh,
and
cool.
Marvel comics since we both agree with that.
So let me give you one more final question on the who. So who who are you, man? Really, who do you want to be? Who you because you know in your heart who you are. Like
That that's why I said earlier.
you got to get there.
As the far as the who, I'm misunderstood. As far as the where I'm trying to go, I'm trying to get past misunderstood.
Mm-hmm. Are you misunderstanding yourself?
I don't feel I am. I feel like maybe my presentation to people to understand that I've been misunderstood and I'm trying to have good intentions is overlooked sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
But if people would actually get to know me and see me,
Mm-hmm.
I think they'd look differently at me.
Yeah. Well, not everybody can see. They just see they got the blinders on. So,
Yeah,
but
it's like looking through binoculars. You can see hella far, but you can't see everything
or your
out of
peripheral.
there,
Yeah. Exactly.
or tunnel vision.
Exactly. So in 5 years, where are you gonna be?
I mean, you're a friend, and you're gonna talk to me, and we about to put this out there for people to understand. Hey, he's a radio personality, and he is going to get to know you past what anybody else will.
Mm-hmm.
He's been through stuff,
Mm-hmm.
and if anybody can relate to you, he can.
Mm-hmm.
And if you can't relate to yourself, he'll go out of his way to relate to you.
To get to know you, and
You've
like
done it.
yeah. Well,
I mean,
I
hell,
feel like
I'm
it
a
was
prime
necessary.
example. I'm
Yeah.
a prime example.
Yeah. And you just explained to me earlier. You've been the example. You've been an example. For quite a
Been
while now.
an example, but not been the best example.
So work on that. You are.
Trying to.
You are.
I'm trying to.
Yoda. So okay, so that's the who. I think we kind of beat that horse to death a little bit. So the what, right? So what landed you in here tonight, talking to me right now on this podcast here? What landed you
to,
in here?
to be honest, you were open and willing to speak to a person that you saw going through stuff.
Mm-hmm.
You did that.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not the only person you know what I'm saying, got a chance to speak to tonight. But being that you was like, here, I want to know that person, you actually took the time to do that.
We were passionate. I like that. I like that the energy, and that I saw that in you. I was like, this motherfucker, this motherfucker
And I
Hill,
was like,
this
hey,
motherfucker Hill.
hey,
Let's
hey,
get.
at one point in time, hey, we about to have this conversation. Got him.
Mm-hmm. Definitely, man, definitely. But it takes balls, man, to come in here and with somebody you don't know, and to be able to just throw it out there. Saying throw it out there like you're doing, like you've been doing.
It's not that I don't know you. I just don't know you closely.
Mm-hmm.
I know you as a fact that we can talk, we understand each other on certain things, but that doesn't mean that we agree on everything,
Mm-hmm.
and certain things have to happen in life.
Mm-hmm.
So all we're gonna do is sit there and at least hash things out.
Have a
The
conversation.
world could do that, and if we can do it, the world can do it.
That's right. That's right. Sometimes that's all you need, man. There's been wars that could have been avoided, right? Without just
if people could sit down and talk, or people can sit down and understand differences.
the right people. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, the right people, definitely.
So going along with the what's next? What's tomorrow? What does tomorrow look like for you on the streets here in Tracy?
I can honestly say the what would be.
What does tomorrow look like?
What does tomorrow look like? With people like you is bright.
For people like you, what does it look like tomorrow? It's bright.
I can't be bright if people ahead of me don't shine.
Let's stick to you.
Okay, but still, where does my generation come from? The ones above us.
Very true. Very true. And that's the tribal, right? You got your hierarchy, you got your grandparents and your parents. I mean, it's passed down the line,
But me,
right?
I can't do nothing but try to get people to see things differently before they have to see it the wrong way.
Give me an example.
Okay, a kid can walk down the street and see somebody get or an animal get hit by a car,
Mm-hmm.
but I can tell him, hey, look, that animal had his life.
It's
It,
time.
it, it was his time.
Mm-hmm.
Hell, you can walk down the street and step on an ant and not know it, and that's the end of its time.
Mm-hmm.
You didn't mean to. It happened.
Mm-hmm.
It's life. You have to take the good with the bad,
Let it
but
go.
don't
Yeah.
let it. Yeah, don't let it fully affect you like that.
Mm-hmm.
But
That's hard to do.
when you see something that you can stand up to and help,
Mm-hmm.
you seen that dog get hit by a car, but you can help that dog by calling the ambulance. That dog will live. It's going
Mm-hmm.
to get back to its owner. You're going to do
Something.
better,
Yeah.
or you're going to do something like you said,
Mm-hmm.
something.
Act. Act. Don't hesitate. Yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense. What are you gonna do tomorrow? Walk me through your day tomorrow. Or well, actually today, what is it? 1:47 a.m.
Yeah, okay.
This is the midnight podcast.
My day.
Are you gonna get some sleep at all tonight?
I really don't need to because you guys' warming center made it to where I don't really have to go to sleep.
Mm-hmm.
I know I've helped people with the best I can because people help me.
Mm-hmm.
I rather give a hand up than a hand down.
Mm-hmm. How much?
I,
How many hands do you give yourself?
that's not the question. I just need to hand out.
But the reason why I asked that because it took like I went through my own shit. We talked about some stuff like that, and it took me being a little bit selfish. And it took that was a foreign thought to me. Like put yourself first. I don't do that. I never done that.
Okay, so
Right. But then I started doing that,
but
and
me putting myself last or in second place or something to help someone else, I didn't have to second guess what I did.
so I was told that's person. That's your own personal worth. How you value yourself. So if you put other people
Granted,
ahead of you, you value them more than you value yourself. Right. Like, does that make sense?
yes, it does, but you know what? Some people need that.
Mm-hmm.
They need someone
That's your
to
mission.
help them. And if
Mm-hmm.
it takes me to know at the end of the day, I'm still who I am, and those people have gotten the help up from where they were,
I got you.
I'd rather help them get up than me just stand by and do nothing.
And you said you never. I wanted to serve my country, dude. You're serving your country. You really are. You're serving your fellow man. You're serving your town, your community.
But see, I'm not doing it in certain ways that you helped us to have our freedoms.
There's many ways, though. There's many ways.
It is, but I'm limited. You have
You're
open
not.
doors and windows. Yeah,
You're
okay.
not. You know what I'm saying? Like, just to hear that, maybe cringe hearing you say that.
I don't have a warming center that I could, but
Not
if
yet.
I had the money and the know how to do it,
Not yet.
I'm going to learn it from you. That's what I mean. You're stuck with me. You're gonna be my partner.
Son of a bitch. Let me go ahead and stop recording now.
Fixed is in the program.
Damn it. No, I'm playing.
We fixing stuff where we go.
Seriously.
And he's gonna help me be able to fix somebody else in the future.
Seriously.
And help them with their future.
Because let me tell you, man, I had a lot of people give a lot to me. You know what I mean? And I was in that point, a very low point where I was like, fuck it, I didn't care anymore, and but then I thought about my grandparents, and my dad, my father, or like so many, or like a coach, or like a sergeant, or like there's been people that put a lot of time into me, and fuck me, let me get over myself, right? Fuck me, like I owe it to them, dude. I owe it to them who took the time. My coaches, whoever it was.
Who made you the man that you are
today,
to help other people
today. Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Like all of that, dude, the good, the bad, the ugly, the right, the wrong, the indifferent led me to here and now talking to you right now. So I wouldn't change a thing.
But the negativity that you probably got during that whole trip is what is helping you help us. You eliminated the negativity and you kept the positive and you kept it running.
Mm-hmm. It's not easy. It's constantly coaching myself every day.
It's not easy.
I constantly coach myself
and
every
you still
get
up and do it
every day.
So if you're an inspiration to us,
it has to get done, man.
Somebody's got to do it.
It has to get done.
And you're one of those godsends that's helping us make it happen.
It's interesting you said. Well, that's interesting you said somebody has to do it. What I had this idea.
And for the people that aren't religious, he's still a heaven sent.
Well, I might steal your wallet. I might steal your wallet later, but
if anything, that means,
but I feel thank you.
He's gonna steal it and he's gonna give it to somebody else who needs it.
Check. Yeah. Thank you for saying that, though. I do appreciate that. I was gonna say, damn, I'm gonna lose my train of thought. No. I was gonna say that it takes, yeah, every day you wake up, you, dude, I could zig instead of zag, right? I can go another way with it, but and I do avoid things. I mean, I'm human, but then again, I get that feeling in me that's like, dude, okay, you need to address this. You need to address this. Fuck. Then I'm just
You
going.
don't want to, but you have to.
I want to be lazy. I want to be a dirtbag. I want to get easy.
Yeah,
Like this shit's hard, dude. I started this shit out of nothing. Like I sold my car, sold my this, some of that. I put it all on the line. But look at 4 years later.
I'm looking at office right now with a gentleman that's sitting here doing interviews with small people. But when I actually sit there and look back, I'm like, hey, damn, he up there, he's asking big people. He's talking to Beyonce, Jay-Z, you know what I'm saying? He's talking to like those kind of people that get patents on their kid's name.
Mm-hmm.
He treated me no different than them. He talked to me just like he would them. He wants to know the real story. He wants to know who you are, and that's what he's taking it for. He got the baton. He's running with it.
So here, take it. I'm tired. Goddammit.
Hey, he ran the whole full mile. When you guys run a quarter,
at
least.
And I got a bum foot. Just kidding. Shit. So that's the what,
don't
man.
Let him lie to you guys.
So
he don't lie, but still, just don't let him tell you that story.
I lie my ass off. So let's get with the win. So when did you? Because right now you're currently homeless.
Yes.
You are currently homeless.
Yes, I am.
That's gotta suck. It's gotta feel like.
But I put myself in that situation.
So you can take yourself out of it.
Yes, I have to fix myself.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And if I eventually am going to get out of this, that means anybody can. Mm-hmm. That's what you pass on to us.
But that means you got to put yourself first to do that. You got to be a little selfish, and you got to start putting yourself first, because you always that's avoidance. That's really avoidance.
That's how you get out.
That's avoidance.
You have to take care of yourself.
Fact.
If you don't love yourself, how are you going to get anywhere further in life?
Maybe you should. Number one, I think, quit calling yourself little people. You know what I'm saying? Like you know what I'm saying? These are things that we learn, though, man. I did the same shit.
True, but
same shit all the time.
The world is bigger than me, so I don't consider.
But the world is yours. You know what I'm saying? Like it's
ours.
It's a way of thinking.
It's ours.
Yes, right. That's right.
It's all of ours.
This guy's a team player, obviously. But like
I grew up playing baseball, so hey, I was only the shortstop. I couldn't play every position. Exactly. It was a team thing.
Mm-hmm.
And in life, if we want a better life, we all have to work together to make that happen.
That's right.
And it's not like it's going to happen overnight.
That's right.
But it
takes practice,
work, and time, effort.
Mm-hmm. It's interesting. Like I've had, I work with veterans mainly, right? But we went above and beyond, and we did this thing for the entire community, right? Not just veterans, but everybody. It took me a lot of convincing the board of directors, convincing the city, but I did it. They believed my shit, and here we are, right? But I never had that much exposure or experience working with just the homelessness or people experiencing unsheltered, whatever the fuck you want to call it. But I think it's interesting that you guys, like, a lot of you are clicked up. Like you guys are your own. You guys are your kind of. You all know each other. You guys. It's like your own community within a community in a way. Is that fair to say?
We're not. Some of us have different beliefs, just like walks of life.
Mm-hmm.
Some people can get away with certain stuff. Some of us people have been certain places that we have different beliefs.
Mm-hmm.
But if everybody believes on either helping somebody up or moving forward, that's where it goes.
I've noticed that. I've noticed so many of the individuals that are utilizing the warming center, right, as guests, they're the resource that they're utilizing. Dude, they're all like, people come in, hey, here's the pizzas. They come in, hey, here's the, like, dude, like, that to me, that's been the most amazing thing, is seeing, because there's people out there that have their imaginations get the best of them. They have misconceptions. Oh, these guys are gonna steal the dirt bags and rape, kill, eat. They'll fuck you up, dude. I've met some of the nicest, dude, most giving people. Almost too much. Like I said, like, I'm giving you a hard time right now. Like, you need to put yourself first, man. You just have to do it. Like, to a certain extent. I know it's a foreign thought. It was to me too. But just you guys actually give a lot more, and that's the thing nobody understands or realizes. And to see that, for me to see that, was unbelievable. It's unbelievable.
But you've seen it from a different eye now.
Yes, of course. Yeah, in the trenches, right there with you.
Okay, like, I'm saying, but from a different eye, from a different angle.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
No matter what, if I went at that 45 and you went at that 45, and you drew a line where those 45 meet, we're still going to meet. We're just going in different angles.
That's right.
And to me, you did it more in a different way than I can do it.
Mm-hmm.
You went to the war lines. You went to go face a different threat.
Mm-hmm.
I just faced the small threat here. The threat of your business and you helping us, and those people over there helping us.
And I did put it on the line.
Yeah. I mean, you
I
put
put
it
on
on
the
the
line,
line,
man. Yeah, I
and
did. I did. But
you went far and wide beyond,
but
just like they tell us.
that's what we do.
But see, I couldn't fight for a whole country. You did.
Oh, you're gonna owe
For
me. You're
people
gonna
to
owe me.
go for people to go home
Mm-hmm.
after getting off work, you did that for us.
Mm-hmm.
I had a chance to have a job for the times I had jobs, but it's the people that go fight for us for this area to even do that.
Mm-hmm. No, thank
What
you.
what do you think we're doing here? Some of us are, yeah, we're fucking up. Like I said, undisputed fuck up of my family, but at the same time, I know they're doing right by life.
Mm-hmm.
They do theirs. They go to job. They pay their taxes. They
Yeah.
went to college. All that. I can only do it from the lower rankings. My parents aren't people that spin on the street. They haven't been homeless. They've always fed me. They took care of me. My bumping my head is where I landed.
Mm-hmm.
I landed here, and I'm only trying to help people from where I'm at to get up.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not gonna sit there and tell you you can't go do this or you can't go do that.
But you gotta lead by example.
And I'm
You know what I'm
trying to do
saying?
the best way I can.
Yeah, but you're learning, and like I said, just coming in here was a
And
was a different.
who do you think is teaching us?
Well, like I said,
Okay, he's laughing at me.
no,
I
no,
guess
no. But
positivity is not a good
I'm
thing right
downplaying.
now.
I'm downplaying it. I
Yeah,
am,
yeah,
dude.
you
I
better
am.
be, because I'm like, if you ain't gonna say it, I will.
No, but and so they're same thing, right? I mean, you're giving me a hard time for the same shit I'm giving you a hard time for. Like, I don't want to.
No,
I'd rather
I
not
just like
hear
to
that.
laugh with you about it.
No, I know, but but that's that
but
is.
you got to
It's
pay
humility.
respect. You got
It's
to
humility. It's
and
manners.
you got to pay respect to where you are or
Yeah,
who you're around.
and it's manners. That's humility, dude. And it's interesting, And these are things that people are going to hear this, And like I said, misconceptions, like when we did this, the business community and the different civilians around here, people civilians, but community people around here were like, "Fuck no, they're
But
gonna
we're
fuck this up."
civilians.
Yeah, they're gonna fuck up the community center. They're gonna fuck this up. I'm like, but you gotta try, dude. You gotta give it a chance. And I can't believe they signed off on it, but they did, right? So, but here we are. But nobody fucked anything up. Like,
But you never gave up on us.
no, dude, no, why? No, I can't do
Okay.
that.
And we're not going to give up on the people that fought for us.
Mm-hmm.
You've been out there. Let them walk out there and see what you're doing or
Mm-hmm.
what you're doing for us. Either they're going to like it or they're not.
Yeah.
But if it
I just want to prove them wrong.
if it fixes the community and it helps, then what do you now have to say?
Mm-hmm.
Praise that man for what he did.
Mm-hmm.
He
Give you guys a chance.
He gave people a place to go, so you didn't have to worry about your cars getting broken into,
Mm-hmm.
your business getting messed with. Now we can't control everybody.
True.
So
True.
being
Yeah.
that if he could even change two people's mind from
succeeded.
going to do something wrong,
succeeded.
he succeeded.
Yep.
He did his job.
Yep.
Because you ain't the one out there doing his job.
Yep. Yeah, a lot of people try to talk me out of it. They're like, "Dude, Fix has got a great reputation." I'm like, "It's always gonna have a good reputation." They're like, "Oh, well, it's just that." But see, that to me, that's a challenge. You know what I mean? And I'm like, "Oh, come on, let's do it." Challenge me, let's do it, man.
And you're gonna run head first into a challenge. I expect you to.
Yeah,
lower your head.
Of course.
He's got his horns out.
The boom.
And, hey, trust me, don't mess with that one.
That's awesome, dude. Yeah, thank you for that. Oh man, so let's get into where. So we're in Tracy, California. It's a bedroom community, and we're right here by the Altamont. We're in between the bay and the valley, and a very diverse community. El Pescadero Park, man. Tell me about El Pescadero Park. I went to North School, kindergarten through fifth,
Okay.
North School.
It's changed a lot since I've
How
seen
many people
it.
live in there?
Actually, I don't know.
Like living.
I there's been a lot of new faces popping up, so I don't really know that.
Is it the cool thing to be homeless? Is that like a clique? People want to join it?
from if you ask different people,
mm-hmm.
it's like, okay, you need to escape from where you were dealing with something bad.
Okay.
And you come to a different situation, but you don't know it's probably is going to get worse or as bad as what it already was before you got there.
Mm-hmm.
It just looks better than the last situation you left.
Okay.
So when you come here, you see difference.
Mm-hmm.
It's okay, well, I'm not dealing with the same headaches I was dealing out there.
Okay.
Just like every time when the city has to be forced to do their job.
Like code enforcement, right?
Okay. You see people coming in and trying to clean up just so the other neighbors feel good about what's going on.
Yeah.
So
Because it's not fair to them. It's really not fair
to them either.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not, because certain things are going on that they want their community. They want their kids to walk through the park and not see pride tents or
I don't
a
blame
lot
them.
of trash or something like that.
Yeah.
So that's fine.
Yeah.
What we can do, or what you guys can do for us, to make things better for our situation, and
kind of like a help me help you. You know what I'm saying? But you guys are, dude. You guys are knuckleheads, dude. You guys all know. You guys all know like what. You know what you're doing wrong, and you know what you got to do to fix it. Everybody knows that. Like there's no mystery. You know what I'm saying?
Nothing in life is ever easy. We do go through that sometimes. Like I said, we're kids, and all the way until we're gone. Because we're longer kids. You can be 60 and still learning the same thing.
Yep.
I think you learn every day. Now, depending if you learn that lesson, doesn't mean you learned it that day.
Yeah.
But if you experience it again, it's like, okay, that first time I burnt my hand on the stove, I'll stop now. That first time hurt. But the first time might not have hurt it, so you got to do it a second time. And maybe you burned your hand severely that second time.
We're talking where, and like kind of, I think where comes back to kind of who, right?
Am I missing your question?
No, you're not at all, dude. But it's so we talked about who, where, but your where was going back to who again. It's going back to the who you are and who you want to be and who you're going. That's interesting. Like, because you know what I'm saying? Like everything kind of keeps going back to you like that, and that's interesting.
But I don't want to make it about me. I wanted to make it about everybody. But seeing as how you say,
but you're subconsciously bringing that back to yourself.
I can only bring it by example.
Yeah.
So I guess some of the stuff I'm saying is my mistakes, and I don't want people to make the same ones I did.
Because you've been through it too, man, in your own way, in your own
different
trajectory. Like, like you said, you've done time. You've had to beg, borrow, steal, whatever it took, right? Like I said, it just keeps to my mind. It keeps pointing back to who. You're not where you're supposed to be right now.
Okay.
You're not really where you're supposed to be right now.
Like the who I am.
Like who you are and where you want to be. Kind of the same thing in a way, right? So like. Everything that we're talking about right now tells me, it almost like breaks my heart in a way, because you're telling me that you're not where you're supposed to be. That's what I'm feeling.
Not where I'm supposed to be, and not where I believe I belong. I haven't got to where I'm trying to get to.
What does that look like to you, though? Housewife, pick a fence, marry? I mean, what does that look like?
Oh, shit, that always looks good. That's the American dream. I would say it's...
Oh, whatever it was.
That terminology... They call it world peace. I don't want to see a kid go without food. I don't want to see people have to be cold.
So what are you going to do about it?
I'm going to lead by your example.
Good. That would make that. Then my mission would be accomplished, man. You know what I'm saying?
If I can get the next person to do it, mine would too.
That's right. Fuck yes, dude. Exactly. That's exactly. Just to hear one person say that, like, makes it all worth it. It makes it all worth it. Straight up, dude. Like,
and to be heard makes it all worth it. To know that, okay, you look past everything you've seen of me, how either anybody would look at me. I changed one person's mind to know, hey, look, I have the same common goal. We just look at it differently on how we're going to.
Well, dude, you were defending the freaking warming center like a couple hours ago, man. Like, you're ready to throw a dude out on his head because he was fucking up. Like,
but he's messing up.
He knows better.
I would hope so.
Without having to we all know better. Way. We all know better. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I mean, we know that. Yeah, but it's like, and you were ready to fucking put your shit online to get kicked out to make sure that he was fucking in check. You know what I mean? Like, that to me, I was like, that's fucking awesome. But
I'd rather see it that way than the wrong way and him do something like hurt somebody.
Yeah.
At that warming center.
Because then
do some wrong stuff.
I'm telling you, they're all looking at, dude, that place is under a microscope, Yeah, dude. People want it to fail. They do.
Hey, if it's not under a microscope, what's that other thing where you they're dissecting what you have going on over there?
Oh yeah, of course.
So they're gonna sit there and try to cut it open. Like, what's this look like on the inside? What does this look on the outside? And why should you have to go through that? Because somebody else just can't get it together.
Dude, I'll tell you what, the whole community is shocked that it's succeeding. Check it out. To me, personally, it's a massive success. Every other thing is a bonus. Like tonight is a bonus, right? Here, talking to you, you expressing things, sharing things, and being completely honest, right? To me, that's a bonus, right? To me, like, we've already succeeded. We already have. Like, the warming center succeeded. Box freaking checked. But every other success on top of that is just a fucking massive bonus, dude.
Okay.
And they're all looking at it. They're looking at it going, what the fuck? They should have failed. They should have failed by their own thoughts, right? Their imagination. We should have failed. We're not. The chief of police called me the other day, and he was like, Medina, what's up, man? He's like, he's all motivated, dude. He's like, yeah, so-and-so said that, with the shelter thing, like, you want to hire him? I want to hire everybody. I told the chief of police, was it last night? Or the night? Last night. I was like, hey, sir, I was like, the only way this succeeds, man, with the actual shelter is if it's ran by, operated by, managed by the very clients themselves, dude. It has to be a peer community, man. And he was like, all right. He's like, let's get it done. I'm like, let's get it fucking done, man. Like, I mean, I'll guide it, but I'm gonna let it go. That's not what this isn't where I'm supposed to be.
That's not the end of your reign.
No.
That means you started this, but you gonna move on to the next one.
Yeah.
And you gonna move on to the next.
You guys are you are fully capable of fucking handling it. And so is, D, whatever, like, fully capable of handling it, dude. Like,
I couldn't learn enough from you to run a business like you are. I would like to sit there and just say, look, I learned from him, and I'm just going to pass on what I learned from him.
That's right. And that's what it's all about. You know what I mean? And whereas you're off to something else, and then maybe that person will be off to something else, but you know what I'm saying? It's just down the line. And that's the peer mentoring. That's that mental coaching and the peer mentoring. Your peers, your people that are left and right to you, dude. You know what I mean?
I don't think that, because like I said, I was raised by women. Mm-hmm. My mom, my grandmother, my dad was there. But I had a lot of women in my life. Mm-hmm. So that would have been one of my goals. If I can do, what's the other one? McHenry House, how they had the one for women.
Yeah.
And then it became men later. Mm-hmm. They needed that in this town years ago. Mm-hmm. So.
Well, now we're gonna do it.
Okay, but you showed me how to do it. So if that's the case, if I have to fight the city and all that and get an education,
you don't have to. They want to give it to you.
Okay.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
But you had to fight through doing it so they would give it to me.
Of course. Yeah.
So you went through it for 2 years.
Yeah.
And now the warming center is available to us.
Mm-hmm. It's a start. And it's a success.
And if you pass me the baton, I could say now we have the homeless shelter.
Take it and run with it.
And go.
Yeah. I want to be able to show up like,
I had a part in this. This is what our goal was, and watch the goal keep growing.
It's funny. So I had a very colorful military career, you could say, I guess. And I've been asked from time to time in different interviews and whatnot, how do you know you succeeded? And I said, dude, and I honest to God believe this with all my heart. I knew I was successful when the people that I trained, because I was an instructor for a while too, the people that I trained or supervised were 10 times better than me. That's when I knew I was successful. And there are fucking about 100 guys out there that are 100 times better than me. I know I'm successful. That's how I succeed through them, right? Because it's the baton, dude. It's that proverbial baton. And so if I could show up at the shelter next year and it's bam, bam, maybe you've moved on. Who knows? Who knows what you're going to implement, dude? But you can implement it. Whatever the fuck you want to do, you can do, dude. My knucklehead ass. Look, I mean, what? I shouldn't be here. No, I should be here. I should be here.
Yeah, you better be here. Because I'm going to even say it like this. Then here, let's go back to Star Wars one more time.
All right.
And what did they say? The Padawan always gets better than the master.
You better be.
So
that's how he succeeds.
You started this.
Yep.
If it's fixed, I'll call it fixed tomorrow.
There you go.
We're going to try to help you tomorrow and the day after and the day after.
Mm-hmm. Keep it going. Keep it going.
Why wouldn't I want to? Somebody pick me up.
All right, man. We got one more question.
Right,
one more.
Let's do this one.
Why?
Why what?
Why would you put the effort? Why?
I would do it because somebody did it for me.
Mm-hmm.
If I was given a chance, I wouldn't want to take a chance for somebody. I want to give them the chance that I had. Mm-hmm. I don't want them to feel like they don't have a place to turn to.
Or go to.
Or
hungry, cold.
Yeah. And that's the things I tell people or ask people. Even if you ask them and they knew me on the streets personally, are you warm? Are you hungry? Mm-hmm. Have you slept?
Mm-hmm. Like, without people fucking with you, or like safely, securely. Like last night, you were crashed the fuck out. You crashed out.
I crashed out, but I would look up every once in a while just to be
but
like,
you're fine.
When I see people come in and I'm like, okay, good. I'm not the only person that has to get some rest.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I might need rest right now, but I brought 2 people today. It's like, hey, you guys should come here.
Yeah, thank you for that.
Get you some food. Get you some rest.
Mm-hmm.
Granted, we're having this right now, and I didn't tell them I was leaving, but you know what I'm saying? I'm still here right now to say, look, man, if they hear this, I don't know how it's gonna be edited.
No,
Hopefully it
no,
sounds
yeah,
good.
it'll be all everything we said.
It wasn't nothing. And hey, you can tell them I've said this directly or indirectly.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm only here because a person took time to hear me out, to
Mm-hmm.
listen to me.
Mm-hmm.
Granted, it didn't look good at first because of certain stuff going on. But
it looked great.
When given the situation, it was like, okay, damn. You know, he has some fine points. This is some stuff we don't have to deal with.
It's the real stuff.
As long as it's handled and the warming center keeps going, we're going to keep warming hearts. We're going to keep helping people. We're going to make sure.
Watch out, man.
Last time I was there, you guys blocked it off, so it was like a family over there and made sure nobody bothers family. Family had their time with their kids.
That's right.
It's like they're not just helping some of us as just men or just women without kids. They're helping families.
Do you know how many times you said we tonight?
We as a people.
No,
we the people.
We, yeah. You said we are helping. We're helping. Dude, like you're already on board. You're already on board. You're sold already.
But earlier it was like I look at things as myself.
Mm-hmm.
But I look at myself as the problems that we need to fix too.
Mm-hmm.
Because the problems I have, I'm not the only one that has those same problems.
Mm-hmm. So
we as a people, we're either gonna fix that or we're gonna work towards better.
Or we perish, dude. You know what I'm saying? And fuck that. Fuck that. We're gonna.
Hey, what's that one? People have said it. I'm my own worst critic.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
If I feel like I'm doing something wrong, I'm not gonna lie to myself about it.
Mm-hmm.
I got to a point where I stopped trying to lie to people. I understand. Hey, I will have to lie if it spares feelings. I can't sit there and say, "Oh, you're a loser because you didn't finish this."
Mm-hmm.
No, here, you'll finish it next time.
Mm-hmm. Let me help you.
You just lost this time, but that doesn't mean you have to come in last place the next
every
race.
fucking time. Yeah,
you know what I'm saying.
You will win.
You will get a victory out of it. It might not be the victory that puts you with your name on the trophy.
Mm-hmm.
You can come in third place, but you still came in a place to say, "Hey,
you were on the team."
I was on the team. I tried. I was there. I might not have been the MVP. Come on.
But my teammate was, and I had a hand in that, right?
And I had a hand in that. Hey, he couldn't do it because there's no I in team.
Straight up. Well, man, hey, this is a good conversation, man. I want to thank you for coming down here and BSing with us. You got to be the first victim, or the first guest. The first guest.
You know what I'm saying? Hey, he had to start off somewhere.
Yeah,
I say, hey, if it was with me,
we kicked it off.
I can't wait till he listens to this a few years later.
I can't wait till you listen to it.
With me having still, hopefully, this good hairline.
Shit. No, I appreciate this, man. And, just having the talk, man, and getting it out there and getting your story heard. And because I think you have a lot to say. And I look forward to hearing what you're going to do. Hearing what you're going to say. And I look forward to seeing what you're going to do. I have high hopes, man. And I think definitely going to surpass my little brown ass. So. I think we're gonna do it.
Okay, he's short. He's tall in stature. Hey, he is the Goliath, and I'm one of the soldiers.
I love it.
In there.
Well, thanks, man. You want to give a shout out to anybody? Anybody that you want to hear this? Because it's gonna be blasted out in a couple days to the nation.
I would like my mom, my sister, and my grandmother. My grandmother, Poopy, and I have a bull terrier too. Love those things. Would like all them to know I love them, and the family members that I don't really get to talk to. You guys are still my family. I love all you guys. I want us all as human beings, family or not, to be family.
And just do better, get better.
Do better.
Mm-hmm.
That's it. If all of us strive to make the world better, it can get better. But if none of us try, what's gonna happen? It's gonna stay the same. It's gonna get worse.
That's right. It's got to be the activation energy, to do it, man. Well, hey, man, I just want to say thanks and
thanks for having me.
Yeah, appreciate it, brother. All right, man.